Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Cheers. You are now watching Create a Steady Hustle with Likquidcash.
When I say this next statement, some women might get offended. A lot of women might get upset. But like I said before, and all you getting, get understanding. Now listen, guys, check this out. Never let a woman get in a position of power. Never. And I know some of y'all are looking at me crazy right now because that's a bold ass statement. Never let a woman get in a position of power. Let me explain. If you move in a woman's house, she's in a position of power. If she makes more money than you, she's in a position of power. See, if a woman makes more money than you, it's best that you never let her know that. You keep it on the low. You don't gotta lie to her. You just omit certain information. She don't need to know how much money you making. You dig? Certain things you shouldn't tell women because if you put them in a position of power, they will abuse that power. All the wealthy men out there that you see, from Jeff Bezos to Tiger Woods to Michael Jordan, the only time these women get in a position of power or their wife get in a position of power is when the wife is actually divorcing them and they're paying the wife alimony and divorce money because they want to just be left alone. That's the only time these women get in a position of power is when they're going through a divorce and they got to pay up $44 billion or $44 million to the wife. But before that, the wife is not in a position of power. That's why they could do whatever they want, when they want, and how they want. See, when you put a woman in a position of power, 9 out of 10 times she's going to abuse that power. She's going to use it against you, especially when she gets upset. She's going to tell your broke ass to get up out of the house. She's going to tell your broke ass you can't watch what you want to watch on her TV because she paid for that. You did? So anytime a woman knows your pockets and she knows what you coming with and she's in a position of power, she will take advantage of that and she will treat you like you need to be treated, like a little boy. You dig? You gotta always stay in a position of power, always be elevating, always reaching for higher heights, never getting comfortable, always going out there looking for better jobs, always going out there hustling, trying to get more money, always staying in the gym, staying fit, staying educated because you're reading constantly. You want to always be in a position of power. Never be one of those comfortable niggas who just comfortable with life and just doing the bare minimum, because once a woman sees that you're no longer an asset and you're just a liability and she's bringing more to the table than you, she will use that against you and she will definitely let you know that you ain't shit. You dig? You always got to treat her like the boss treats you at the job. You got to give her enough to maintain, but not enough to make a change. You dig? I'm going to say that again. It's cold-blooded, but it's real. You got to treat her like the boss at your job treats you. You got to give her enough to maintain, but not enough to make a change. Because if you give a woman too much, I guarantee you, it's going to go to her head. Just like anybody once they get the position of power. Even dudes, when they get the position of power, they act all high and mighty. Just like the police, they in a position of power. That's why they overreact. Anytime they got a traffic stop, it could be simple as a traffic stop. They got to overreact and do something extra. Even the dudes that's security guards, they getting paid pennies on a dollar. But for some reason, when they in the front of the club and they got a, you know what I mean? They got a group of people in the front of the club trying to get in. They want to act like they in a position of power to do something. When they're in a position of power, they act like they own a club. So I'm not just saying this based on the fact that only women do this. No, men do this as well. When they get in a position of power, they act brand new. But I'm giving the game for the guys out there, letting y'all know, never let your woman get one up on you. Never let your woman get in a position of power. Always be trying to elevate yourself to the next level, to the next chapter in your life. Always be trying to outdo yourself. If you get comfortable and she see that you're not doing the things that you should be doing to always be striving to be a better version of yourself, trust me, the tables will turn. She will be the one making the most money. She will be the one really running the relationship. She'll be in a position of power. And when it's time for her to really tell your ass about yourself, she gonna hit below the belt and she gonna make you feel like you're less of a man. Why? Because you're performing like you're less of a man. You're not performing at your highest capability. So you always gotta be in a position of power. Never be comfortable with your woman making more money than you. Nah, you dig? Even if she's bringing money to the table and y'all doing it 50-50, right? Because, ain't nothing wrong with that. However you want to set up your situation, you still got to be out there grinding and be bringing more to the table.